How are you? I actually have to go see how it's all working. Let me check. I'm here. I'm just going to prepare myself as we are having this chat. Let me see. Hmm. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, it works. Hi, everybody. How are we doing? So, today, okay, yeah, it works. Okay. Today I wanted to come on here. It's been a long time, and actually I never did a live. I've been doing lives on Instagram. I've been doing lives on TikTok, mostly on TikToks, but I never did any live on YouTube. So I was like, you know what? Let's start going live on YouTube because a lot of times I want to say things and I do it on the other platforms, but the other platforms don't keep them. Well, Instagram does, but I don't really do lives on Instagram. I make them on TikTok. So because I'm doing my lives on TikTok and they don't keep the lives, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my live on YouTube as of now. And it's been a long time I haven't done like a long form video, and this one is gonna be one because I'm here doing my lashes. So you will see me doing my lashes because a girl has to get ready. I have to get ready, here where I live, it's minus 40 degrees. I don't know where you are, but I'm pretty much sure that you are in a place better than where I am. And now I'm just gonna do my lashes while I talk about this subject because, you know, we live in a society where it's really complicated to be a traditional woman. And I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? Let me let me come here and speak about it because I know that there are a lot of people who struggle with that. It's like, in one hand, you are trying to keep your morals, to keep your culture. For instance, on my end, um, I was born and raised in Canada, but my parents are Congolese. They are from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So I grew up with the morals and the ways of doing of Africans, like of Congolese people, not Africans, because Congolese people are even more strict than a lot of African people. Congolese people are very strict. Oh, hi, 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 Ben Tran. Hi, how are you? How are you? I'm sorry, I said it. I'm doing my lashes, so you're here while I'm doing my lashes. We are together. Hi, everybody. Hi, Paru. Hi, Mike. So I am born and raised in Canada, as I was saying it. Um, I'm born and raised in Canada, and I still live in Canada. And yeah, but my backgrounds are from the Democratic Republic of Congo. So my parents came here a few years back, and they started to make a living here. They restarted their lives here, a few years back, and they had me and my sisters. Well, my sisters and I, because I'm the youngest. You're in Canada, Cody, USA. Cody, why are you saying USA? I wish I was in the US. I must say, I wish I was in the US, but I'm not. I'm not in the US. I'm in Canada. But I love the US. If you are following me on Instagram and on TikTok, you will know that Los Angeles is one of my favorite place in the entire world. I know it's not the same for everybody, but depending on the experience that you have, yeah, the US is fine for me. Parul, where are you from in Canada? Me, I'm in the French speaking side. My favorite place is Spanish. So Spain? Do you mean Spain when you say Spanish, or anywhere that they speak Spanish, like Latin America? Vancouver. Oh, you're good. I have to come to Vancouver. I have to come on this side, actually, because it doesn't make sense that in my entire life, I've never put my feet in the west side of Canada, but I've been to LA like for a long, long, long time. Hi, Hollywood movie recap. Yeah. So, excuse me for the background noise, because well, there's a lot of people home. You will have noise, you know, and this is why I put my mic, because I want to make sure that you can hear me while there is all this noise around me. You're in Canada too, but your name says, oh, Nollywood, Nollywood. Okay, I saw Hollywood. Did you speak? No, I don't speak Spain languages. I think they only speak Spanish. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. I used to do class. I had a class, a Spanish class, and I was actually really good. I had two Spanish classes, one in high school because I was in the smart people class. So we had to do Spanish. I finished very well. And then in college, I also took Spanish, and it was really good as well. I think I ended with like 90%, 95. I don't remember. But the thing is that when you don't have friends to speak with, or when you don't go to these places and you don't practice the language, you will lose it. But honestly, it will not be hard for me. If I just have one speaking Spanish friend, or if my husband speaks Spanish, I will be speaking Spanish. Don't worry. Like, I just need someone to practice with me. I'm just putting the light because I need to see what I'm doing. Yeah, like this. New folks from Canada. Hey, Bohemian. Nice to see you. Yeah. Okay, so guys, I don't know if I have ladies here or guys or gentlemen here, but this is what I was saying. With the parents that I have, like, I grew up with very, very traditional morals. And the more I grew up, the more I'm wondering, like, was it a scam? Actually, I know it's not a scam, and I know that it's not a disease. And I don't know if I answered Parul, but it's nice to see you. I love to have you here. I'm gonna do this a little bit more. often because that's I like to speak with people. I like to just come on live and yeah, let me know what's that. It's actually my first time. I don't know what was that. But yeah, I love to come on lives and speak to you guys, ladies and gents, because I'm much more of a spontaneous person. Like, yes, you can see my videos and it looks very nice, but it's better if you catch me on live. It's better if you can see how I'm thinking live because I don't have to think about it too much. It just comes naturally. And yes, so I know that being a traditional woman is not a scam, it's not a disease for real. But for you to get to a point where your traditional ways of doing things are not coming against your not chances. I cannot say chances because everything is by grace, but for your traditional ways to not be a hindrance for you to receive things in life, you really, really, really have to work on yourself and to not be and to not think that you know it all because a lot of traditional people they think they have it all, they think they know it all, and I had to fight my way through it, and God had to put me in situations for me to actually realize that you don't know it all. You have absolutely no idea. And you're actually very naive. Like the past, like before 2021, I would say I was so naive because the way I've been brought up was so close. Like I didn't know anything about the world. I knew it when I was in the world, but when I gave my life to Christ in 2016, it's like my mind shut and it just became different. Because when I was in the world before giving my life to Christ, it's like I was super like I was too rebellious. I was really like it was bad. But when I gave my life back to Christ, it's like I was trying to be so I was trying to behave so well that I started to do things that were really a hindrance to me. Like the way I thought, the way I saw things. And one of the things that happened is that I started to be very, very much more traditional. I just messed up my. How did I do that? Anyways, so I started becoming a lot more traditional, and some things that happened is that because I was traditional, I became naive and so innocent that it was easy for me to fall into certain traps. But that's what uh, the traditional ways are teaching you. It's like don't be too confrontational. Don't think too much. When it comes to relationship, like if a man wants you, you like you don't have to get to know him before marrying him. Like all bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense, but that only makes sense to people that are traditional. But the thing is that the world changes and tradition should also change. It's like right now, people are trying to shove down our throats ways of doing that were only working in the past. Now things have changed. Like societies change, people change. Um, Now we are much more aware of self, you know, people get to know themselves. We are aware of depression. Of we are aware of of people's behavior. Like, for instance, if you talk to someone and he's a narcissist, you're not just going to let it go like that. You're not gonna be like, okay, so this guy likes me, so I'm gonna give him a chance and he's gonna marry me. No, it doesn't work like that. But before, like our mothers, like they were just marrying with the men who wanted them. Like our grandmothers, this is what they were doing. So it's a lot of things like that. It's I feel like I didn't marry, guys. Oh, I need to fix that. Am I seeing well? I feel like I make a mistake, but I'm not sure. Let me try to remove that. Okay, no, I was good. That's so weird. So now I'm in a time in my life where, for instance, I grew up thinking that I cannot, for instance, move out of my parents' house before I get married. That was one thing for me. If I'm not married, you're not going anywhere. And this is how I lived my entire life. It's like I always got taken care of. My parents, my father, my father was like the sole provider. He always paid for everything for me. I mean, when I grew up, he didn't pay for the things that I wanted, like my trips or my actually he paid. He gave me 10,000 for my car, but like all my life it was like, yeah, this should be, and the only way you should be, and the only way you would get out of this house is if you get married. But the more I grow up now, and now that I am a full grown woman, I'm like, why why did they tell us that the only way for us to be independent is marriage? That's a whole lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because I grew up with this mentality so much, it's like sometimes I was putting my life on pause because I was like, okay, I cannot do this because if I'm to get married, like this can be a hindrance. So I cannot do this. Or okay, that thing, I cannot do that. Because if I'm doing this and my husband comes, like he's got like a lot of things. Or I was like, okay, I don't need to think about that now because when my husband is going to come, he's got to take care of all of that. So all of this mentality that I grew up with got me at a certain point in life where I was just putting my life on pause. And this is not how things should be. Even God doesn't want that for us. It's like putting your life on pause for something that you don't know is going to happen or when it's going to happen. You cannot live for people. You cannot live for people. You cannot live for your parents. You cannot live for tomorrow. You have to live for now. And a lot of times we see it with women. I cannot really talk about men because I don't know how it is with men. I don't have brothers here with me. Like, I don't have brothers. So maybe if you're a man, you can tell me if you were in a traditional home, like, was it this way? Because on my end, this is how it was. On my end, this is how it was. And with the women that I know, this is how it was. It's like you have to put your life on pause. You cannot do this, you cannot do that because you're not married yet. And it really is a disease in the sense that when you have parents who just give you one side of culture, or when they educate you a lot with when they educate you with traditional ways of doing, it's like sometimes they don't teach you how to make it in life. Like they don't tell you how to be a social person. They don't tell you how to look for signs in people. Like they don't tell you the real things. They don't tell you the real things about life. And now you get into the real world and you see that modern people and modern people that grew up with modern parents, they don't face the same struggles, the same challenges that traditional people are. They are a lot more alert. And this is something that when you grow up traditional, that's when it becomes a disease. Because you go in life, you don't know what you're doing. You actually don't know what you're doing. You think you're doing well. You think you're doing well with your morals. You think you're doing well with your kindness and gentleness. But like you will know very fast that what you're doing is just a detriment to yourself. Like you're actually dangerous to your own self because what am I doing now? Because you don't like your response to this world is actually not the right one. Your response is too gentle. And in this world, you have to be violent. And this is also what the Bible says. Only the violent take the kingdom by force. And this applies in the world as well. Nobody is going to give you this life. But when you live a traditional life, like when you have traditional morals and think and ways of doing things, nah, you're not violent enough. You're not violent enough. You just think everybody's nice, everybody's cool, everybody's the same, while it is a lie. People in this life are selfish, and you should also be selfish. You have to be selfish in this life. If you want what is good for you, if you want what God has for you, you have to be selfish, babes. You have to be selfish. Someone is gonna cut that. Someone is not gonna like it, but you have to be selfish, babes. And not selfish in a way that you just do anything, like even things that doesn't make sense, or because some people are selfish and they just do whatever they can to get to the place that they want. I'm not talking about that kind of selfishness. I'm talking about the kind of selfishness that you know what you have to do, you know why you're on earth, you know what you're able to do, and you go after it no matter what people are saying, no matter what your parents are saying, no matter what your family is saying, no matter what your culture told you that you have to do. No, you have to be selfish, and being traditional can hinder you. I had to learn how to stop being traditional in certain ways, like in my ways of thinking. And even now, I'm still struggling because doing 20 plus year with a mindset, it's not gonna go away in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Like this is a whole lifetime of mindset that I had to change. I had to change it, and God had to place certain people in my life for me to be able to change that, because the people that I was encountering were also traditional, and they could not give me what I needed for me to expand and for me to blossom and for me to thrive. So God really had to remove me from an environment so that I can become that woman who truly doesn't care about what people say. And today I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, people really don't understand how I'm living, because for me, for them, traditionally, I shouldn't do I shouldn't be doing the things that I'm doing. I shouldn't be I shouldn't be giving you advices. I shouldn't help all the women that I am helping. And I actually have to go do something for my client now. I completely forgot. But I had to learn how to shut all these thoughts that are coming to me, because for them traditionally I just have to work like for people and that's it. It's like, get a real job and don't come online and tell us what to do. Or go to school, get a degree, like a doctorate. Yeah, I'm telling you, I had to shut my mind, my ears to all these critics. No good at makeup. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, Bintu. Hi, Ellen. So, Ellen, are you telling me that you are not good at makeup, or are you saying that I am not good at makeup? Because I sure am good at makeup. I'm not a makeup artist, but I can do that. So I had to shut my ears to all these people telling me all this crazy stuff. But usually I would have to listen to them because, either they are my parents, my aunts, my big brothers and sisters, like my cousins that are older than me. It's like, oh, they are older than you, so maybe they know better, even though they didn't do better. So you see, all these things, I had to shut my ears to all those traditional morals that tell me no, they are older than you. You have to listen to them. If they're saying you're not doing a good thing, like, or no, God never said that, your parents are your gods on earth. Yes, your parents are your gods on earth, but if they don't have the vision of God for your life, sometimes you have to let them talk and not listen to them. I'm not telling you to be disobedient. Mark my words. I'm not telling you to be disobedient. I'm talking about when God is giving you something to do that goes against their story for your life. This is where don't you have to not listen to them. I'm not telling you to just disobey for nothing. Like, God told Abraham to leave his parents' house. So you see, oh God, okay, so this is another side, all of God's. Let me concentrate because this is not my favorite side. This is so. Guys, today I'm just jumping subject, but today I had a photo shoot. Tomorrow I had a birthday and I had to go to the studio to do my master class. But you know what? I live in the Pole North, in the North Pole, Pole North. I don't know how you say that in English. I live in the north. So it's minus 40 outside. And I had to cancel all the photo shoot sessions and all the studio sessions and all the birthdays. Like, it is so bad outside. It is so, so bad. I don't even know why I'm telling you that, but it is so bad outside. So, so bad. So, this is why now I'm still going to get ready because I still have things to do. And if we cannot go outside to do what we have to do, we're gonna make them inside. That's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna sit there and not do anything because it's minus 40 outside. No, we're gonna work regardless. Yeah, so being traditional, has it happened to you? Has it happened to you that you were so traditional and one day you just woke up and you were like, that's not the way of doing things. That is not the way. Because these people are trying to take advantage of me. Has it ever happened to you? Like, people really try to get advantage, to take advantage of me. But I didn't care because, one thing about my God is I know for a fact that whatever I'm going through is for somebody else improvement. I've never been the type of girl that you can just play with because this girl I have too much of a head. I have way too much of a head. Like, I think I'm smart, intelligent. I've always been like that. And I don't know how many I put here. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So, yeah, like I have a head. So every time people would try to take advantage of me, I would already be in advance. Like I would see them coming a thousand miles away. So they could never like do what they want. Honestly, it's one thing that I always had, and thank God, because I know that some women that are very, 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 very traditional and naive, some of them are really getting in trouble. And this is why you see like, oops, this is why you see some women, for instance, in the church, and I'm not talking about it to, how can I say that? To bash anyone. I'm not saying this to bash anyone. I'm not saying this to judge anyone, but I'm just saying this because the way someone has grew up can really determine what they will go through. And many women that sometimes when we look in the church, we see a lot of women that, for instance, they get pregnant before marriage. They do, they get, their personalities get altered. And when you look at them, you're like, but how? Like, how did she arrive there? Like, what happened? Because she was good. She seemed to be good. She seemed to have good morals and all. But it's not even about the morals. It's like when people are not telling you the truth about life, when people don't have the ability or the capacity to show you the way, you will make mistakes. And the mistake is not always that you're making a mistake, but sometimes the mistake is that you didn't know something. And the Bible says it. My people perish for lack of knowledge. It's like God is not saying that the people that I have that like knowledge, I'm going to rescue them, or I'm going to, save them from the perishment. I don't know. It doesn't say that. It says they perish. So you will perish, babes. If you don't know, if you don't know, if you have not been exposed to truth, you will perish. You will literally perish. You will perish. And you will perish. You will perish. And this is what happens with them. This is what's happening with them is that, they were brought up with certain ways, and they arrived in the world that people saw that they took advantage of them, and the next thing you know, they are destroyed. But they will always be redeemable. They will always, always, always be redeemable. There's nothing too hard for God. And if they just give their life, and they just surrender to God, if they just humble themselves before God and acknowledge that, they didn't know it all, but that they want change, change will happen. They will be changed, they will be transformed, and their life will become a testimony, because everything you go through in life is a testimony. There's nothing permanent in this life. There's a season to everything. To everything. There's a season to everything. So even if you felt shame because of what you went through, that shame is not forever. There's a season to that shame. It will pass. Certainly it will pass. It will pass. So yeah, being traditional in this day and time, being traditional in this day and time is really, really not easy, but it's feasible. And you need to understand how to be a traditional woman or a traditional man in this day and time. You cannot, oh my God, you cannot act as if we were in the 90s. We are not in the 90s. Like, you will you will destroy yourself. You will literally destroy yourself if you still act the way our grandparents did and think like them 100%. Baby, you're in the past. You're living in the past, and you will destroy yourself, because nobody on this earth will have pity on you. They will not have mercy for you. Only the people that God brings in your life will have mercy, but even them, they don't have it all. We are all humans, and you need to be able to work out your own life. You need to be able to know what is good for you and what is not good for you. What traditional way is good for you and what traditional way is not good for you. You need to know it. Because until you know yourself, you will always accept what life is giving you. You will always accept what men are giving you. Sorry. So you will always accept what is being given to you, even though you don't fully like it, even though deep inside you are not having it, you're not sure about it. You will accept it because you did not learn how to take what is for you. and to reject what is not for you. So, ladies and gents, this is what I meant by it is a disease. You have to be, I mean, you don't have to be. I cannot tell you what you have to, what, I cannot tell you what is good for you or not. Some people, they don't like traditional ways, and others, they like traditional ways. I am in between. Some traditional ways, I like them. Some others, I do not like them. And because I know myself, I know where to cross the line when I'm with people, with friends, with men that are dating me. Like, I know where to cross the line. When the traditional is being too much, I'm like, baby, I'm out of here. When the traditional makes sense, I'm like, yes, let's continue. And I'm talking about that because too many women are feeling guilty of a lifestyle that was inculcated in them. It's like you have to notice, to realize, and to acknowledge. You have to be aware that the way you are thinking is not something that it is not, it's not really you. This is something that happened since you're a kid. Since you're a kid, oh, I forgot my fan. Since you're a kid, Black Cobra. Pradeep, what do you mean, Black Cobra? What do you mean? What do you, oh, I'm putting this, but what do you mean by Black Cobra? What do you mean? What do you mean, Black Cobra? I'm here. I'm still gonna talk, but I need to go take something. But what I was saying is that you need to be aware that what you're going through, your ways of thinking, what you're thinking, your mentality is not really you. A lot of things happen for you to think this way and to become this type of person. A lot of people are living the life of somebody else and they don't even know it. They don't know it. You don't know that you're living somebody else's life. You are living you are living on somebody else's terms. You don't even realize it, but you are. And a lot of women, and as I said it in the beginning, I don't know how it is for men. Like, I don't have brothers. Um, I can only I can only think of can you guys, hey, very nice. Good night. I like your nails. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um my name. My name is Deborah. So it's like a lot of women are, what was I saying? A lot of women are discouraged. They are discouraged and they live on the terms of someone else, and they until they acknowledge that, until they acknowledge that, they will not be able to have a fulfilling life. And I was saying that I'm talking for women because, oof, because I don't know about men. I don't have brothers. I know my friends that have brothers, but like the way they speak about their brothers, their brothers always had the easy life, the easy route. Traditions made them kings, so it wasn't really like it wasn't really hard for them. But when it comes to why do you need my birthday? Are you trying to do some tarot cards or whatever? Anyways, it cannot work with me. I'm shielded with my angels. Why are you asking me all these questions? Pradeep? No, that's Parul. That's Parul. When is my birthday? Why do you want to know when is my birthday? Hmm? But my birthday already passed anyways. So my birthday was last year. Oh, okay. You didn't need my birthday date. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, so I don't know how it is for men. I really don't know how it is, how it works, how traditional men are being brought up. I don't know. I think I know because of the men that I dated, and they were like really entitled. But other than that, I cannot talk for them. But for the ladies, for the women, you have to be aware. You really do have to be aware. Because if you're not aware, you will live your life on somebody else's terms. You will live your life on somebody else's terms. I used to live my life on my parents' terms. And even now, like, because, all my life, I, I, I grew up in a way that, as I said in the beginning, you don't get you don't leave the house until you are married, etc., etc. So if I'm still living with my parents, I'm gonna live on their terms. I'm gonna do like I'm gonna be um like I'm gonna live on their terms. I still do everything that I want. Like I I have liberty, but I don't do everything in the sense that I would do it just because I have respect for my parents. And because I have respect for my parents, I don't do certain things. But the truth is, like, if I would really, really, really do everything that I want, like, it wouldn't have worked. And even that thing of, oh, you have to wait for marriage before moving out, honestly, like, this is no longer for me, because the way I see what God wants to do with my life and the things that, like, I have to do for God and for women and for all the people that God are sending my way, like, I just need my space. And this is something that I'm starting to think about. I don't know how my parents are gonna take it, but I have to do my life, because I cannot wait for a marriage that I don't know if it's ever gonna happen. I cannot put my life on pause or always be under um, under the covering of my parents just because I have to wait for marriage. It cannot work like that. This is not how it works. Like, to me, it will not, I will not be able to work like that for the rest of my life. And these are things that I had to be aware of. I had to be aware of that. I had to understand that. And now that I am aware of that, I will let God guide me into the next steps, into what I have to do next. But I will forever be grateful because I grew with them. I grew in this house. I became the woman that I am today in this house. I've had my first clients in this house. I've had my first breakthroughs in this house. I healed in this house. But there are levels in life. In life, there are levels. There are truly levels in life. Am I done? Uh-oh. I think I'm done, guys. It's crazy because I never say guys. And I don't know why since the beginning I've been saying guys, guys, guys. Maybe because of the videos I watched before going live, where the people were saying guys, guys, guys. That's not even my language. You're not married. I'm so nice. Oh, really? No, I'm not married. I am not married. Okay, so now I finished my lashes, and before continuing, I will go do a document for my client that she's waiting, and after that I'm gonna film because today was supposed to be shooting day and we're not shooting today anymore because it's minus 40 outside, and no girl is gonna go out with minus 40. It's just way too much. So anyways, guys, thank you Parul for being here and all the others that came. Bye, and I will see you soon.